Well, good evening. I know that not everyone watching this debate will necessarily agree with what I have to say.
Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, the debate topic is this: is creation a viable model of origins in today's modern scientific era? You know, when this was first announced on the internet, there were lots of statements like this one from the Richard Dawkins Foundation: scientists should not debate creationists, period. And this one from one of the discovery.com websites: should scientists debate creationists? You know, right here I believe there's a gross misrepresentation in our culture. We're seeing people in being indoctrinated to believe that creationists can't be scientists. I believe it's all a part of secularists hijacking the word science. Now, when you research science textbooks being used in public schools, what we found is this: by and large, their origins or historical science is based upon man's ideas about the past, for instance, the ideas of Darwin. And our research has found that public school textbooks are using the same word science for observational science and historical science. They arbitrarily define science as naturalism and outlaw the supernatural. They present molecules to man evolution as fact. They are imposing, I believe, the religion of naturalism or atheism on generations of students.
Something wrong, Mr. Ventura?
You see, I assert that the word science has been hijacked by secularists in teaching evolution to force the religion of naturalism on generations of kids.
All right, that's it. Now it's my turn. 5 minutes alone. That's all I need. Come on.
And here's another problem that we've got. Not only has the word science been hijacked by secularists, I believe the word evolution has been hijacked by secularists. The word evolution has been hijacked using what I call a bait and switch. Let me explain to you. The word evolution is being used in public school textbooks, and we often see it in documentaries and so on. It's used for observable changes that we would agree with, and then used for unobservable changes, such as molecules to man.
I think I can keep him under control, but you'll have to tell me who's working the snowflake case.
Hey. Let me explain to you what's really going on, because I was a science teacher in the public schools, and I know what the students were taught, and I check the public school textbooks anyway to know what they're taught. See, students are taught today, look, there's all these different animals, plants, but they're all part of this great big tree of life that goes back to some primordial form. And look, we see changes in finches, changes in dogs, and so on. Now, we don't deny the changes, you see that. You see different species of finches, different species of dogs, but then they put it all together in this evolutionary tree, but that's what you don't observe. You don't observe that, that's belief there.
Oh, now you pissed him off.
Please give me a break, man.
I can't hold him much longer.
That's their historical science that I would say was wrong. But you know what you do observe different species of dogs, different species of finches, but then there are limits, and you don't see one kind changing into another. Actually, we're told that if you teach creation in the public schools, that's teaching religion. If you teach evolution, that's science. And I'm going to say, wait a minute. Actually, the creation model here, based upon the Bible, observational science confirms this. This is what you observe. You don't observe this tree. Actually, it's the public school textbooks that are teaching a belief, imposing it on students, and they need to be teaching them observational science to understand the reality of what's happening.
Man. Okay, look.
Was the one thing upon anything else which I base my belief? Well, again, to summarize the things that I've been saying, there is a book called the Bible. It's a very unique book. It's very different than any other book out there. In fact, I don't know of any other religion that has a book that starts off by telling you that there's an infinite God and talks about the origin of the universe, and the origin of matter, and the origin of light, and the origin of darkness, and the origin of day and night.
Thank you for all your cooperation. By the way, do you have a mint? Perhaps some banaka?